The Velvet Divorce, the dissolution of Czechoslovakia, November 25th, 1992. The story actually begins in 1918 with the end of World War I. The old multi-ethnic empire of Austria-Hungary was breaking up, and one of the countries declaring its independence was a country called Czechoslovakia. And the new state was made up mainly of two nationalities, the Czechs in the west, the Slovaks in the east. Although both groups were Slavs and their languages were similar, each of them considered themselves a distinct people. And in the early years, you'll sometimes see the name of the country hyphenated, Czecho-Slovakia. The new country's capital was Prague in the Czech West. And though the Czechoslovakia was democratically governed and was largely peaceful, many of the Slovaks thought they weren't getting a fair deal. So in 1939, while Hitler was busy seizing parts of the Czech lands, the Slovaks broke away and declared themselves an independent Republic of Slovakia. Slovakia allied with Nazi Germany in World War II, and once the war was over, the combined state of Czechoslovakia was revived. The country remained united through the long years of communist rule, and then, in 1989, the communist government was peacefully overthrown and democracy returned to Czechoslovakia. That was the so-called Velvet Revolution. Meanwhile, many Czechs and Slovaks wanted to continue one united country, but a slight majority of Slovaks favored either a looser federation or outright independence. And as political parties reemerged, it turned out that the Czech parties had very little presence in the eastern Slovakia, and the Slovak parties had very little presence in the western Czech part. So Czech and Slovak politicians tried to work out a solution to keep the country together, but in July of 1992, the Slovak parliament issues a declaration of independence. So now the negotiations shift, and the leaders of the two sides begin to work for a peaceful dissolution, a velvet divorce. By November, most of the important issues have been worked out. On November 25th, 1992, the Federal Assembly of Czechoslovakia passed Constitution Act 542, which agreed to split into two separate countries at the end of December 31st that year. Well, not everyone was happy. Václav Havel, the president of Czechoslovakia, resigned from office rather than preside over the country's breakup. Still, though, the Velvet Divorce was peacefully carried out, and though there were still periodic disputes between the Czech Republic and Slovakia, the two countries do seem to get along together with each other.